U.S. Supreme Court rules Trump has immunity for official, not private acts. The U.S. Supreme Court found that Donald Trump cannot be prosecuted for any actions that were within his constitutional powers as president, but can for private acts, in a landmark ruling recognizing for the first time any form of presidential immunity from prosecution. The justices, in a 6-3 ruling written by Chief Justice John Roberts, threw out a lower court's decision that had rejected Trump's claim of immunity from federal criminal charges involving his efforts to undo his 2020 election loss to Joe Biden. The 6 conservative justices were in the majority. Its 3 liberals dissented. Trump is the Republican candidate challenging Biden, a Democrat, in the 5 November U.S. election in a 2020 rematch. The Supreme Court's slow handling of the case, coupled with its decision to return key questions about the scope of Trump's immunity to the lower courts to resolve, make it improbable he will be tried on federal election subversion brought by Special Counsel Jack Smith charges before the election. We conclude that under our constitutional structure of separated powers, the nature of presidential power requires that former president have some immunity from criminal prosecution for official acts during his tenure in office, Roberts wrote. Immunity for former presidents is absolute with respect to their core constitutional powers, Roberts wrote, and the former president has at least a presumptive immunity for acts within the outer perimeter of his official responsibility, meaning that prosecutors face a high legal bar to overcome that presumption. As for a president's unofficial acts, there is no immunity, Roberts added. Trump hailed the ruling in a social media post writing, "Vigdomuan for our Constitution and democracy. Proud to be an American." The court announced 4 categories of conduct contained in Trump's indictment. They are his discussions with Justice Department officials following the 2020 election, his alleged pressure on then Vice President Mike Pence to block congressional certification of Biden's election win, his alleged role in assembling fake pro-Trump electors to be used in the certification process, and his conduct related to the 6 January 2021 attack on the U.S. Capitol by his supporters. The court found Trump was absolutely immune for conversations with Justice Department officials. Trump is also presumptively immune regarding his interactions with Pence. It decided to return that and the 2 other categories to lower courts to determine whether Trump has immunity. The ruling marked the first time since the nation's 18th century founding that the Supreme Court has declared that former presidents may be shielded from criminal charges in any instance. The court's conservative majority includes 3 justices Trump appointed. The court decided the case on the last day of its term. Trump, 78, is the first former U.S. president to be criminally prosecuted as well as the first former president convicted of a crime. Smith's election subversion charges embody one of the 4 criminal cases Trump has faced. The Biden campaign said in a statement that the ruling doesn't change the facts, so let's be very clear about what happened on 6 January. Donald Trump snapped after he lost the 2020 election and encouraged a mob to overthrow the results of a free and fair election.